Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bullring, presented by HMS Motorsport. I'm Alan Dietz, along with Jess Ballard. And Jess, it is Oxford 250 week
Finally.
It's here.
This is like the very beginning of like big race season.
That's right. And take a look at who's going to be on the show today. We're going to have Jake Garcia on with us, along with Toby Christie, Joey Polwarczyk, Chase Burda, Gabe Brown. He's going to be very busy at Oxford this weekend. We'll tell you more about that. And I want to remind folks, we are going to have a special Oxford 250 preview show Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, leading in the Cars Tour Weekly. With yourself and J.D. Boucher. So a lot of programming here on Racing America.
Yeah, I get so excited when we have these events that we get to do like some little extra stuff. So because they're worth covering the extra stuff because there's so much history, all the big names. So I'm really excited for that.
And we'll have the highlights for you coming up from this past weekend here on Racing America in just a little bit. But when we come back, we're going to talk to Truck Series driver and ASA Southern Super Series winner Jake Garcia when we come back.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
One of racing's crown jewels, the 50th annual Oxford 250 returns to Oxford Plains Speedway with 3 big days of racing, August 25th through the 27th. See North America's best short trackers battle for a chance at $50,000 on Sunday, August 27th. Plus, racing for the ACT late models, New England Super Modifieds, and more. It's the 50th annual Oxford 250, August 25th through the 27th, and you can see it all on Racing America.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Hey, I'm William Byron, and you're watching Racing America.
Glad to have you back here with us on the Bullring today. Alan Dietz and Jess Ballard here with you. Thanks again to our sponsor, HMS Motorsport. And on the poll today, winner of the ASA Southern Super Series race at Watermelon Capital, Jake Garcia. Jake, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate y'all having me on today. It was definitely a good race for us.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but are you 2 for 2 this year in the super late model?
2 for 3. I ran Speedfest in January, but other than that, we've won the other 2 races.
Tell me a little bit about the race Saturday night. I was reading some comments that Mike Garvey had posted over the weekend, and he was talking about the tire and what a good job Hoosier did. And, you know, I went back and looked at the highlights, and you just don't see pavement super late model races like what we saw Saturday. I mean, it was a really, really good race.
Yeah, there was certainly some good 3-wide racing towards the middle of the race there, especially on restarts. We'd get bunched up, and the track was definitely really racy, but you know, I still feel like the tires did fall off a lot, and that was definitely a big part of having a good car for the end of the race.
Well, I tell you this every time I talk to you, Jake, but it's so exciting to see you working your way up the racing ladder. You know, all of us here at Racing America, all the short track fans, are excited to see you in trucks, but we get really excited when you see you racing at the short track level, and it's awesome that you're kind of able to do both this season. What other short track races are on your radar for the remainder of 2023?
I'm not sure with what I've got going on here in the truck series side of things, what I'll have time for, but definitely would like to run the snowball at the end of the year and maybe some of the other big super late model races. But other than a couple of super late model races towards the end of the year, I don't think I have a whole lot lined up for short track racing, unfortunately.
Speaking of the truck series, I think you've done a great job out there this year, especially not, really having any super speedway experience or that type of racing. For you, what do you feel like's been the biggest thing maybe to adjust to? Do you get the sense of speed, or is a racetrack a racetrack?
I don't think the speed is a big issue, but there's certainly a lot to learn with the aerodynamics and how to race people. You can get tight behind people and getting the draft down the straightaway and all that's a lot really new to me. So just a matter of learning that. But I feel like I'm getting more acclimated to it each and every race, and hopefully that'll continue for the rest of the year.
Do you have a favorite track so far that you've raced a truck on?
I've really liked Texas. We ran 5th there, so maybe that's part of it. But just liked how both corners were really different from each other, and it's one of the fastest tracks we've went to this year, so that's probably part of it as well. But just really, really enjoyed that racetrack.
What can you take from the super to the truck, or vice versa from the truck to the super, that maybe has helped you? Is it aero? Is it tires, or saving tires, or is it something completely different?
I don't know. I'm not sure why I've seemed to improve in the late models as I run more truck races, but I certainly feel like we've done really well this year in the late model with 2 wins out of 3 races. But I'm not sure. Just more racing more consistently, and all that's been really helpful. But I can't really put my finger on why our late model programs picked up so much since I've started racing trucks.
I wonder, and maybe I don't even know that I'm asking a question here necessarily as much as answering a question maybe, but I almost wonder if you ran supers full time this year and you take the trucks completely out of it, just, the amount of laps on the tracks that we go to, the laps in the car, and as much as you've worked with Ricky Turner, something tells me that you would have been just as good in the super this year if you hadn't even ran the truck.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly keep getting our late model cars better and better and making improvements every race. And, having some other drivers come in and drive, including Chase, has been really helpful for us. And, just continuing to build and make the right adjustments and do things that we know are helping us is the main thing. And just getting our stuff better and better. And I feel like that's a big part of why we've ran good this year.
Well, it's like Jess said, we really enjoy watching you guys move up the ranks, and we've literally gotten to see you grow up here on Racing America. Continued success. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see you get a truck win. We're all really proud of you, and just as I said, continued good luck and good racing this year.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Hopefully we can get that win you're talking about, but we're going to keep trying for it.
All right. Thanks, man, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That's Jake Garcia. When we come back, we're going to talk a little Cup Series racing as we head into the final race before the playoffs coming up at Daytona.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Come to Mobile International Speedway for our season finale on Saturday, August 26th. The Speedway is closing out the year with a barn burner. 6 classes of cars, including the Modifieds of Mayhem. Pro late models racing for up to $6,000 to win. Outlaws, trucks, sportsmen, pure stocks, and crown stocks. And you can't have a finale without fireworks. It's the final race of the season for Mobile International Speedway. Be there.
Hi, I'm Jake Garcia, and you're watching Racing America.
I think we felt like we needed a win for a few weeks. So, I think that you always race to win. So it doesn't really change your mindset a whole lot. It just puts a little bit more pressure because of what is at stake. But I also know that they can certainly win there. So, we'll do everything we can to gear those guys up. And, I think right now it's just more the disappointment that we had not. And I don't know. They had a great car. I don't know if we could, because there were no cautions, other than the one that basically he caused. I don't know that there was a way to get him up there in a winning position today without some more cautions. But they had the car, and everything was going their way to be able to do that. So we're just going to leave here disappointed in that. And then, next week, it's pretty much the writing's on the wall. We know that we're not going to get all 4 of our cars into the playoffs, so we try to make sure that we get one more in there. And I know those guys are capable of doing it. And it's a crapshoot at Daytona, right? Anything can happen.
Well, any chance you could get Jeff Gordon on the show, you got to take it. And, of course, that was from Sunday afternoon in the Media Center after William Byron was the winner. But more importantly, as we're joined now by our editor-in-chief, Toby Christie, is what Jeff Gordon was talking about. There's one spot left to get into the playoffs, and it's either going to be Bubba Wallace or some outside winner, more than likely. That means you got Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman out, and at best, only one is going to get in.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It all comes down to this. All the weeks and, all the gesturing, getting everybody in position, posturing to get yourself in a spot to possibly make the playoffs. It all comes down to this if you're not already locked in. And as it stands right now, it looks like Bubba Wallace will be the guy if it comes down to points, but it's Daytona. Anything can happen. We've seen Chase Elliott's been really good at restrictor plate races in the past. I'm sure that would be a huge thing if he could somehow pull it off. But there are lots of guys who are capable of winning, Bubba Wallace included. So you really don't know going into Daytona who's going to be walking out on top of this thing. But a lot of things can change by the time that race is done on Saturday night.
And I'll tell you the other thing you got to think from Hendrick Motorsports. More than likely, William Byron and Kyle Larson have been told do whatever you can do to get that 9 or 48 into victory lane. But likewise, the Penske cars, they could get Austin Cindric in it. Then you end up knocking Bubba Wallace out. So there's all sorts of scenarios that could happen. But I think you're going to see if problems develop, it's going to be because we see teams or car makes trying to make group moves, and you can't do that necessarily at Daytona.
Yeah, no, it's going to come down to who works best together. And I think we've seen over the years the Fords are usually pretty good at that. So like you said, the Penske thing might be a thing that nobody's really expecting going into it, just because Cindric really hasn't been in the mix for the playoffs all year long. But you put him in a place like Daytona where he's won before. He won the 500 last year. Who knows? Like I said, anybody can win this thing, and that's what makes it so great, because anyone can win it. Not everybody does ever win at Daytona, but everybody will have a shot at some point during that race to win this thing.
My other half, Travis, works at Hendrick, and at some point recently, he had come home and he had done the math, or someone had done the math. Both Alex and Chase had injuries, and they both had penalties at the beginning of the year, like the
Yeah,
big penalties.
The 9 set out a race
Yeah.
because of it.
Yeah. So it's interesting how things that happen in just the first few weeks of the season, sometimes it comes down to those things. And if maybe just one thing hadn't gone that way, I mean, it's just been a really bumpy road for Hendrick Motorsports this year in terms of just odd things like that. And then here you are, it comes down to it.
Yeah.
The last week.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you had 26 races once you get to Daytona to have made it into the playoffs. And a lot of this stuff, you can hinge it on Daytona saying, we're so close to making it. We just missed Daytona, and didn't get it done there. The truth of the matter is you had 26 races to get it done. So you can't really hang your hat on whatever happens at Daytona. Daytona is the last ditch effort to get in, but you really put yourself in the position you're in based on what happened prior to Daytona. And a lot of these teams did get behind the 8 ball. You had the Chase Elliott injury, the ox bone injuries, like you said. A lot of these other teams made a lot of mistakes early in the season. All the different penalties we've had throughout the year, the 3-car comes to mind. Lots of these teams have had issues, and now they're all suffering from those issues in a last-minute, last-ditch effort to try to make this this championship field. And it comes down to this weekend. That's all it is. There's only one race left. You have to execute, and we'll see who's best at it in the night. And it could be a guy who's already won before. So we'll see how it goes. But at the end of the day, it'll be one of those things where you're on the edge of your seat until the very last lap of this thing to see who's going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and you got guys like Justin Haley and Austin Dillon too that have won at Daytona that very well could end up there in victory lane. I know a story that we broke yesterday. I didn't know about this. I didn't see it coming, but Michael McDowell and Freight Auction starting a late model team, and we've seen Freight Auctions. Last year they were with Brad Keselowski at the Derby, and we've seen them on Chase Elliott and Jake Garcia's car, and now it looks like a new team coming up to watch here on Racing America.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's a new initiative, like you said, Freight Racing, and it'll be on the 34 car this weekend. They're going to be developing a bunch of young drivers through that late model team that's going to be based out of Dawsonville, Georgia. And the other cool thing is they're going to provide a car for NASCAR Cup Series level drivers to run these local prestigious short track events. So all the way around, it's a really cool thing for racing. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of these mashups through the Freight Racing team on Racing America and through the other short track platforms. But it'll be really fun to watch, really cool to see, and it's awesome they're unveiling this whole program by way of a sponsorship in the NASCAR Cup Series. Really cool to see.
Yep, no doubt. Well, Toby, great job. Have fun this weekend, and we'll talk to you again here real soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Next time I'll be in the studio.
All right. That's the date. All right. Toby Christie, thanks for being here with us. And when we come back, we're going to highlight what was here on Racing America this past weekend.
Ready to take your brand to the next level? At Victory Lane Design, we can help. If you are looking for a professional website, cutting-edge logo, a hero card that separates you from the pack, or video production to keep you connected with your fans, then check out VictoryLaneDesign.com, where winning counts.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroth belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts. Or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
Oxford 250 returns to Oxford Plains Speedway with 3 big days of racing, August 25th through the 27th. See North America's best short trackers battle for a chance at $50,000 on Sunday, August 27th. Plus, racing for the ACT late models, New England Super Modifieds, and more. It's the 50th annual Oxford 250, August 25th through the 27th, and you can see it all on Racing America.
All time would probably be, I won a race at South Boston. I think I was in the K&N series at the time, and I hadn't won a race that year in the late model. And so I think it was just a big win for me. Our car wasn't exactly that great, but I figured something out and was running a different line than the other guys, and passed all the way up to the lead, and kind of, I think I was running like 4th or 5th and passed all those guys and got up to the lead. So it was just kind of a crazy race because I just found something that worked and took my car to the front.
Glad to have you back here with us on the Bullring, presented by HMS Motorsport. I'm Alan, she's Jess. And you know, we had talked about the Oxford 250 and all the big races coming up. We had several big races this past weekend here in Racing America.
Yep.
So you know what time it is.
It's time for the highlights.
That's right. It's time for the highlights. Let's go racing across America. First up, Thursday, Camping World SRX Series at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. Dirt late model superstar Jonathan Davenport and Clint Boyer on the front row for the 2023 finale. Late in the going, 4-time Indianapolis 500 winner Elio Castroneves goes for a spin after contact from Ernie Francis Jr. Restart with 19 to go. Last year's champion Marco Andretti body slams Clint Boyer for second. Probably not a good idea, right?
No.
No. Boyer returns to favorite Andretti on the way to taking second back. 10 laps to go, and Boyer goes for it on a restart, and boy did he. He just went a little too far, didn't he?
A little too far.
Davenport's flights back, retakes the lead, and he leads the rest of the way to take the win over Brett Keselowski and Ken Schrader. Here on Racing America, State Park Speedway, the Lodi Memorial Super Late Models, Race Haas and Cole Gorowski up front for the start. Haas leads until the 52 of Brock Heinrich slides by to take the lead. Justin Mondyke in the 44 goes to the outside of Heinrich to take the lead from him. Then Mondyke holds off the purple 76 of Jason Weinkauf for the Lodi win. Saturday, Watermelon Capital Speedway ASA Southern Super Series. Great field of super late models and kind of a changing of the guard maybe. Jake Finch and Michael Hind on the front row.
Yeah.
69 Hind eventually takes the lead, but on a restart with 70 laps to go, Finch makes an aggressive 3-wide move to bypass Hind and Jake Garcia for the lead. Problems here is the 7 of Jackson Boone and the 58 of Michael Goddard go over the turn 3 embankment. Less than 20 laps to go, Garcia moves by Stephen Nancy for the lead. Garcia pulls away from there for the win over Finch and Ruggiero. And I think that's Jake's second super late model start and second win.
Yeah. That was an interesting race for sure because it was it wasn't the norm.
Exactly.
The people starting on the front row, the guys that were making passes, and it was interesting.
What you like to see, some variety. Saturday, Tri-County Cars Pro Late Models racing for $5,000. Gavin Boschel, Caden Quapple lead the field to green. Quapple goes to the front from the outside. It's a dominant performance for Quapple as he not only gets the win, but this battle for the Pro Late Model Championship in cars is tight between he and Katie Hettinger.
Yeah, that's really exciting to see Katie. And just for the fans, that battle that's been going on, it's good to see.
Also, the late model stocks in action for $30,000. Two of the best this year on the front row for the start, with Carson Quapple on the pole, flanked by Butterbean Queen. Late in the going, the Orange 22 of Landon Huffman gets by Caden Honeycutt for the lead. Huffman, the local favorite, leads the rest of the way to score the huge $30,000 victory. and he and Caden Quapp will be on Cars Tour Weekly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Again, this was a great storyline. The local guy wins the big check, so woohoo.
Saturday out west, Meridian Speedway, Northwest Super Late Model Series in action. Ashton Christiani in the 94 gains the early advantage in the Idaho 208. 68 laps to go. Christiani spins by herself, entering turn one, handing the lead over to Hayden Plybon. Plybon leads the rest of the way for the win, worth $10,000 over Zach Telford and Jonathan Gomez. Saturday, Owasso Speedway, JEG CRA All-Stars, Masters of the Pros, first time being held at Owasso, and Kyle Crump takes the lead at the start in the number 50. Following a restart, Carson Hocevar in the 14 on the outside, trying to take the lead when Crump and Chase Burda make contact, sending both into the infield. Burda fights back, though, taking the lead from Hocevar with 67 laps to go. Contact sends Austin Hull for a spin in turn 2, but nobody had anything for Chase Burda. He takes the win over Dan Leake and Steve Dorr. And then finally, Saturday, Speedway 95, the Granite State Pro Stock Series in action. 41 of Logan Melcher on the pole, but 56 of Evan Boyer taking the lead in the 100 lapper. Brandon Barker in the 32 leads next, but Mike Hopkins makes the move by, pace the field. Caution waves for the local hero, Gary Smith, as he goes for a spin. Late in the going, the 14 of Josh St. Clair gets a run on Hopkins to take the top spot. St. Clair pulls away to capture the checkered flag in front of points leader Travis Benjamin and Barker. And now you know the rest of the story.
There you go. Good job.
Thank you. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Joey Powarczyk about his act win at Seekonk. We already talked about Chase Burda. He'll also be with us to talk about the Masters of the Pros.
Woohoo.
Okay.
Well,
try to contain your excitement. Well, we'll have that and more here on the Bullring. Stick around, don't go anywhere, and we'll talk to Joey Pole after this.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Come to Mobile International Speedway for our season finale on Saturday, August 26th. The Speedway is closing out the year with a barn burner. 6 classes of cars, including the Modifieds of Mayhem. Pro late models racing for up to $6,000 to win. Outlaws, trucks, sportsmen, pure stocks, and crown stocks. And you can't have a finale without fireworks. It's the final race of the season for Mobile International Speedway. Be there.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Glad to have you back with us here on the Bullring, presented by HMS Motorsport. I'm Alan Dietz, along with Jess Ballard. And our lucky dog this week is the American Canadian Tour late model winner this past weekend at Seekonk Speedway in Massachusetts, Joey Powarczyk, or as we like to call him, Joey Pole. Congratulations. This was a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, you know, we've definitely struggled a little bit this year. We haven't run ACT for a while. It's taken some learning and some different things, but everything kind of just went our way this past Saturday night, and we had a good night.
Well, congratulations. Take us through how the race unfolded for you.
Yeah, we got there, and the way ACT does their heat lineups is you just draw randomly from a bag, and that's how they do their heat lineups. And then they do a plus-minus system where the more cars you pass, the higher up you'll start in the race. So whoever passes the most cars will be on the pole. And luckily, we drew last, which isn't usually the best, but it worked out for us. We were able to pass a lot of cars and able to start on the pole for the race and kind of drop back to third for a little bit and learn, they just recently repaved Seekonk through the corner, so it's a little bit different than what I've been used to in the past there. But the outside line really came in, and I was able to position myself up there to get back to the lead, and held on to it from there.
I know we haven't seen a lot of you this year. Last year you drove the super late model for Richard Moody. You guys parted ways at the end of the season. Did that affect how much you could race this year, or did that not have anything to do with it?
Not really. I mean, I'm just, I've been racing for a long time, and I have a family now. I have a son who's turned 5 this year. So just the stage that I'm at in my life right now is really, really kind of what determines our schedule. It takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication. So we race as much as we can, but we're not really racing for points. So if we can't make one, we can't make one. And that's kind of how we determine our schedule.
Do you have any set in stone plans for the rest of this season?
Like maybe Oxford?
I mean, we definitely can't rule it out. The way we, like I was just saying, the way we have been running this year, it's even this past weekend at Seekonk, we crashed pretty hard a couple weeks before at the White Mountain race, and I really until the Thursday before I wasn't even sure if we were going to make it or not, but luckily we did, and it all worked out. But we'll see. The way work's been and everything, come Thursday we'll have a better idea.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you won the 250 when it was an ACT race, right?
Yes. Yeah.
From when you were running ACT back then, fairly regular or very regular, 10, 12 years ago, does it seem more competitive now than it was then, or do you feel like it's always been like it is right now?
Yeah, I feel like it's always been really competitive. I mean, everyone's so equal in the ACT cars. It's when I was a rookie, I guess you could say I was going against Gene Paul Sear, Brent Dragon, Patrick LaPearl, and so many veterans that that I looked up to, and now it's like this past weekend. I mean, I don't feel like I'm that old, but I was like the old guy standing up there on the podium.
You're not, believe me.
But no, it's just different. I'd say it's just as competitive as ever, if not more. So it's a tough series for sure.
Well, it's good seeing you get back into victory lane. I know the folks love to see you whenever you get out there and race. Whatever the plans are on the rest of the season, good luck, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again here soon.
I hope so. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys.
It has.
It's always good to get on here.
That's Jess's fault, by the way. She said, I don't want Joey on the show.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, man. We'll talk to you some other time.
All right. Appreciate it.
All
See
right.
ya.
Joey Pohl, winner at Seekonk this past weekend. We come back, Jess, we're going to talk to another winner. I don't know if you want to talk to or not, but Chase Burda, the winner at Owasso.
He's allowed.
Okay. We'll talk to him when we come back.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Come to Mobile International Speedway for our season finale on Saturday, August 26th. The Speedway is closing out the year with a barn burner. 6 classes of cars, including the Modifieds of Mayhem. Pro late models racing for up to $6,000 to win. Outlaws, trucks, sportsmen, pure stocks, and crown stocks. And you can't have a finale without fireworks. It's the final race of the season for Mobile International Speedway. Be there.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Glad to have you back here with us on the Bullring. I don't know if you got a chance to see or not, but one of the races we had for subscribers this past weekend was the Masters of the Pros for the JCRA All-Stars at Owasso Speedway. And joining us now, if I'm not mistaken, for the first time here on the Bullring, is the winner, Chase Burda. Chase, congratulations and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for having me on the show.
Well, we just saw the highlights, and you took a little ride through the grass, and not long after that, you were able to get back up there and take the lead away from, a guy like Carson Hocevar that's been really good in the truck series this year. How did you do it all?
Yeah, Van Dorn and the whole crew just had us rolling throughout the whole weekend, and I felt like I was able to move wherever I wanted on the track, and just kind of waited there and been patient. And then once we got to Carson, he kind of slid up the track just a touch where I could get under him, and we were able to get there and pull away from him.
I kind of find that hard to believe this is the first time we've had Chase on the show. I'll have to take that up with our scheduling assistant.
Yeah, I know. He's really good.
Well, congratulations. It sounds like the key here was just executing when you had those opportunities. And we always talk about on the show how I love a race that's got a good theme and a good trophy. And I wanted to ask you about the green jacket that they give the winner of this Masters of the Pros race.
Yeah, it was awesome. Actually, before I told my mom, I was like, yeah, if they win, I'm going to sleep in it for the week and stuff. So once we won, that was the first thing that she said. She's like, well, now you got to sleep in it. But no, it's just awesome to be able to win a race like that. And something like the green jacket, it's just awesome to have and something to put up in your room.
Do you ever wonder, like, if Jake Garcia and Bubba Pollard were going to go up there and race, like, would they each get the same jacket?
I've seen some victory lane celebrations where the jacket did not fit. I'll leave that there.
How did yours fit?
It actually fit pretty good. Like,
that's good.
It's comfortable on me.
So if I'd have been there, it'd be like Tommy Boy, it'd be fat guy in a little coat.
Where did that come from? Is that something to do with golf?
No, Tommy Boy.
No, the jacket.
Oh yeah, the Masters, the golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't watch golf.
Third. Well, we're having too much fun right now. Now, Chase, I know if I'm not mistaken, you came up through the late model sportsman division. You have ran some super races, but to me, this has really been a breakout year with you for the JCRA All-Stars and the pro late model. Where are you at in your progression right now, looking ahead and into 2024?
Yeah, we're slowly starting to like get into the supers, like you said, just kind of pick and choosing which ones to go to. But yeah, we're now like in the pro late model where we're competing for wins and just good finishes every weekend or wherever we go. So really feeling good about that and that car. So now I just kind of got to get used to the super to where we're able to compete like we are in the pro.
Well, to me, this race is one of the bigger pro late model races.
Big time,
yeah, that's certainly, like you said, an awesome trophy to have in your trophy case. Do you have any set in stone plans for the rest of the season? We're kind of winding down.
Yeah, so I know we're going to like Winchester for their Labor Day weekend and the 400 weekend, and then Nashville for their 400 weekend. But we also have a dirt late model that we kind of run can. So it's hard to pick and choose because you got our dirt guys that don't like the pavement stuff and they want to run the dirt car all the time. So, but yeah, we're definitely still got a few more for the pavement.
Well, if you got the green jacket, then a rifle, and then a guitar, I feel like, I mean, you got it all at that point.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah, you could hold up a country bar, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the other great thing is with all those pavement races that Chase mentioned, you know where you can see them?
Probably on racingamerica.com.tv.
Or .tv, that's right. Well, Chase, congratulations. I hope this is the first of many times having you on the show.
Yep, thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, Chase Burda, when we come back, we'll talk to a guy who's going to be real busy this weekend at Oxford. That's Gabe Brown.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
One of racing's crown jewels, the 50th annual Oxford 250 returns to Oxford Plains Speedway with 3 big days of racing, August 25th through the 27th. See North America's best short trackers battle for a chance at $50,000 on Sunday, August 27th. Plus, racing for the ACT late models, New England Super Modifieds, and more. It's the 50th annual Oxford 250, August 25th through the 27th, and you can see it all on Racing America.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Welcome back to the Bullring. I'm Alan Dietz alongside Jess Ballard. And, you know, because it ties into our little titles, we got a guy that's really going to be pounding a lot of pavement this weekend at Oxford.
Yes.
Gabe Brown right now is lined up to run 3 races. The American Canadian Tour Late Model, the MRS Tour Type Modified on Saturday, and the past Super Late Model on Sunday. Gabe is joining us now, and you've got to be excited about this.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I'm really thankful for the opportunity Dave and his boy Cam's given me. We ran the modified one time back at Star a couple months ago and blew the motor after the heat race, so we didn't really get to do it. So I'm pretty pumped to get behind the wheel of that again.
Well, I think you're crazy. But this will be really exciting to follow this.
I mean, at least she wanted you on the show. So.
So, on one end, you're getting all these laps, which, always helps. But then on the other end, I mean, this is a lot of laps. Like, it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of energy. Obviously, there's a balance there. How does racing all of these races, does it positively affect your performance? Negatively? In the middle?
I don't think it hurts for sure. I think getting all the laps between, whether it's with the horsepower and wide tires and little horsepower and narrow tires with that car, it'll all relate somewhere along the lines with the big race on Sunday, whether it's the way the track changes or managing a car, all the above. Like, I think it's going to help us, and I'm excited to see if it does or not.
Well, you got a lot of laps at Oxford. I mean, you won the championship back there a few years ago, and let's talk about Saturday first, because that's the day you're going to have to run, two of the different style cars, the ACT late model and the MRS modified. I got to be honest with you, I don't have the schedule right here in front of me, but just knowing how things kind of lay out, are you going to have time to get to each car for the practices and all that sort of stuff?
It's going to be a handful because the practice are lined up MRS and ACT back to back, so it's going to be a lot, but I got a lot of good guys to help me, so we'll get as many laps in as we can and hope for the best.
So I have never actually been to Oxford in person. I've seen on Racing America, but I've never been to the event. If you could describe the whole weekend in one word, what would it be?
Stressful. It's a lot, and I've been doing the Oxford 250 since I was 2017, and it's very stressful and a lot on the guys and a lot on the driver, and it's basically a luck of a draw come heat race time, and you got to fight your way if you don't draw good, and makes for a very long day.
But the one thing about it, and it applies especially to the 250, 250 laps, and you do mention the draw. The heat races are totally random draw. It's not based on anything else other than that random draw. But for the size that Oxford is, a 3/8 mile racetrack, if you've got a car that's fast enough, you can get there and not necessarily have to worry about rooting people out the way.
Oh, absolutely. You can race 3 wide there, 4 wide really if you're careful enough, and it's pretty racy, but it always seems to slicken up come heat race time and puts a damper on how wide you can run and stuff. But if you got a good car, you can do it, and we got to focus on getting that good car and being able to run all 3 grooves and hopefully get ourselves in the show.
Now, I'm not blowing smoke. I mean, I honestly think you can win in any of these 3 cars. I saw you drive the Tour Mod at Star, and I know you didn't get to start the event, but you looked good and were running strong in the heat race. Is there one car you feel like you got a better shot at than another?
There's always that one person that can one-up you at every race, and we just the ACT car, we've been really strong every week, and we just can't capitalize on getting the win. And hopefully this week we can win in the ACT car, but I'd like to think I can manage a good race in the modified too. So I think we got a good chance in all 3, and we got Dennis Dean coming up to crew chief for the pass race, and I think we have a really good shot with all 3 cars.
Well, we're excited. We can't wait to get up there ourselves and see it all, and I think it's going to be a great story to follow throughout the weekend. I wish you the best of luck in all 3 cars, and I don't know, you could make a lot of history this weekend depending on how it plays out.
I hope I can. Thank you.
All right. Thanks again for joining us.
Bye.
All right. That's Gabe Brown. And I do think he can we know how good he is in the super late model. He's won the championship there.
Yep.
Know how good he is in the ACT car. I think the modified's a little bit more of an unknown, but
yeah,
it could happen.
Well, I did think it was funny that he said he would describe this race as stressful because he is running 3 different cars.
Yeah,
so.
it's going to get even more stressful if he thinks it has been in the past. Well, Oxford's not the only thing we'll be covering this weekend here on Racing America. Stick around, and we'll tell you what you can watch this week.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroed belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
One of racing's crown jewels, the 50th annual Oxford 250 returns to Oxford Plains Speedway with 3 big days of racing, August 25th through the 27th. See North America's best short trackers battle for a chance at $50,000 on Sunday, August 27th. Plus, racing for the ACT late models, New England Super Modifieds, and more. It's the 50th annual Oxford 250, August 25th through the 27th, and you can see it all on Racing America.
Welcome back to the Bullring. Let's go around the corner now to see where we'll be this week. We'll be back at State Park Speedway on Thursday with the Fighting Cancer Full Throttle Championship night. We like seeing that, right, Jess?
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Then we get going at Oxford Plains Speedway, kick off the 250 weekend on Friday. That is for subscribers. So all the action on Friday for subscribers. Then a big weekend on the Gulf Coast, 5 Flags, Alan Turner Pro Late Models. And then on Saturday, the Pro Late Models at Mobile. And, you know, if you win both of those races, you can take home over $10,000. And good to see those 2 tracks working together, too.
Yeah, that's an awesome deal because these teams can kind of make a one trip out of hitting these 2 racetracks. So I expect good car counts there.
We return to Owasso Speedway in Michigan for the Reveal the Hammer Outlaw Super Late Models. APC United Late Model Series will be at Sauble Speedway up in Ontario. The night before the 250 at Oxford Plains Speedway, American Canadian Tour Late Models, NES Super Modifieds, MRS Modifieds, and then, of course, Sunday, the 50th Annual Oxford 250. Both of those days, Saturday and Sunday, are on pay-per-view. You don't have to be a subscriber, but if you are a subscriber, you get $10 off. And the season finale for the Elite 8 Super Late Models at Slinger. Pretty good weekend.
Pretty good weekend. I know you're not on TikTok, but there's a trend called girl math. And if you use girl math, if you're a subscriber and you save your $10 on the subscription, and that's $10 you can like go buy snacks with, and they're basically free for your viewing party.
Well, you learn something new every day here on the Bullring. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show, and we'll see if Jess has any other tips for us on girl math.
Ready to take your brand to the next level? At Victory Lane Design, we can help. If you are looking for a professional website, cutting-edge logo, a hero card that separates you from the pack, or video production to keep you connected with your fans, then check out VictoryLaneDesign.com, where winning counts.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Welcome back. The white flag is out here on another episode of the Bullring. We want to thank all of our guests today: Jake Garcia, Toby Christie, as well as Joey Pohl, Chase Burda, and Gabe Brown. Of course, we've got this big weekend of racing for subscribers and on pay-per-view for the Oxford 250. Also, don't forget our 24/7 channel on connected devices. And then Thursday, we go back, our Oxford 250 preview show. We're going to be joined by three-time winner Mike Rowe and defending Oxford 250 winner Cole Butcher. And then 6:30 Eastern time, right afterwards, yourself, J.D. Boucher, will wrap up the Old North State Nationals at Tri-County with the race winners Landon Huffman and Caden Quapple.
Yeah, just put Racing America on. You got yourself a great evening. And then if you take advantage of the girl math, you got some leftover money from your Oxford subscription for snacks.
That's
or
right.
Drinks.
Snacks to watch State Park after Cars Tour Weekly on Thursday.
Yeah, you got $10 to spend, so you got, well, not with inflation, but
yeah,
you ideally would have snacks for the whole evening.
Well, and the thing is you'll have an hour between when Cars Tour Weekly goes off and racing at State Park starts.
Yep. You can run to the store, pop another bowl of popcorn.
That's right.
Do some chores.
Mm-hmm.
Load
Pay
the
somebody to
dishwasher.
do some chores.
Yeah. Travis, load the dishwasher, put the laundry away. Yeah.
All those good things. Well, we appreciate you joining us today here on the Bullring. We hope to see you watching our coverage from Oxford this weekend. Till next week, for Jess Ballard, I'm Alan Dietz. We'll see you then.